Hey guys, welcome back to Attack on Item World. I know we're outside of Item World, not actually in Item World, it's for a good reason for that. For those of you who may or may not have noticed, or cared enough to notice, there wasn't an Attack on Item World for the past 2 weeks. That's genuinely just my bad. I had responsibilities and issues with myself that prevented me from doing it, basically. So, sorry about that. However, I did do one this morning. This is the second time me recording it. I did it, I saved it, turned it off, you know, went to blah blah blah, do other stuff. Came back, sat down, right, okay, better render it, yeah, better make sure it's all good and render it away. About 10 minutes in, my audio just... don't know why. Audio just was like, nah, I'm done. Over. So, okay. That's fine. It's the first thing I've recorded in like a week or a week and a half. And it wasn't correct. That's fine though. That's perfectly fine. However, this does mean, however, that I did get to floor 200 of this. And it is level 364. We did defeat another item god. Do not worry, he had nothing on him. I did look for him and try to steal stuff off of him. He had nothing to steal. It was all trash. I assure you, this is what I did. But this is up floor 200 now. I don't know whether or not to continue with this item at this point. So I figured I'd leave it to you. I won't equip it to Shiro this week. I'll equip it next week. After you guys let me know whether we should keep buffing it up. Not really got a lot of innocence going on there, but let me know if we should buff it up or if we should carry on with other weapons. Now there's loads of items that I could have done. I've decided, I think, to go for this, the Exodus, because there's a lot of things that we could have done. We could have done another Testament. That's not as good as that. We could have done a weapon. Yami's Wrath, I think, is pretty good. That one's stronger, but it's level 16. I don't know if this one would be stronger overall. So, we're going to go with this, just because I don't know how that other weapon is going to turn out, basically. So, that's fine. The Exodus is here. We're going to use the Exodus. How are we using it? That's because I'm in items. I'm not actually in said item world. So, let's go into item world. Let's do 10 floors. On that, where I try my best to replicate my terrible ramblings of this morning. It was literally as I woke up. I rolled out of bed onto the recording couch, pressed record, and did it. So it was really bad ramblings. Floor 1. Oh jeez, should we skip a few floors maybe? Can we do that? Let's dive 20? Should we just dive 20 and start from there? Let's do that. Yeah, do that. That's fine. Right, okay. And we'll start from there. Hang on, let me grab this before people get upset. Warrior's Medal, it was pretty shit. It was probably a waste of our time. Sorry, kitty cat, don't need to hiss at me. Alright, go to the next stage. Alright, let's do 10 stages. Let's do these 10 stages. Oh, this is a very nice tiny one. Okay, so yes, ramblings from this morning. I'll do my best to fulfill my rambles. I was talking a lot about market boards for some reason. It's Destiny 2, right? Right, this is the issue. So Destiny 2, or MMOs in general, my favorite thing to do on MMOs, and in fact in most games, is to make money, right? That was kind of almost the entire original like idea of the channel, with the name Strife Avaricious. It's because I was greedy, and I still am very greedy. I'm very greedy when it comes to games, and I'm a very greedy person in general. Let's be honest with myself. I am quite a greedy person, I feel, but I think I'm getting better. It's not bad to be a little greedy. That's not bad to be a little greedy. It's fine. But yeah, so market boards, that's what I like to do in MMOs. MMOs specifically, I like to get a lot of gil, gold, whatever it is. It's just generally what I enjoy doing. And I was talking about how Destiny 1 had a skill cap, had a gil cap, it had a what was it called? Glimmer? Like a glimmer cap. Like you can only have 20,000 big ones on you at any time, right? And there was no bank for you to put it in, as far as I know. There could have been, just being an idiot. That's always a possibility. But generally, there's nothing for you to do on Destiny. But there's nothing really for you to spend your glimmer on, in the same regard. So, why was it even called glimmer? I guess they were little square blocks, right? Like little square light blocks. So I guess it's like a glimmer of light. Is that where that comes from? Like it's a glimmer of light from the Traveler, and that's the currency? Possibly. Possibly. Who knows? What level are these guys are really still like really low. Maybe we should up the difficulty if we're gonna be in here, so we just have high leveled people. Yeah. So there's no market board on Destiny 1, right? And I was saying how I wish there was one on Destiny 2, and I doubt there's gonna be one on Destiny 2, because why would there be? Destiny is designed specifically against the need of that. What do you mean no target? No ranged. Okay, that's fine. I'll sit you on the red. Yeah, so there's no real need for a market board on Destiny, because that's not how it is. Destiny, you kind of just grind stuff out and you just get things, right? That's kind of the way Destiny works. And for number 2, I'd like a market board. I'd love a market board and for Glimmer to not cap. You know, I would love that. That would be fucking awesome. And I hope Glimmer still doesn't cap if there's a market board or not, because I spent half of my Destiny career literally at cap. Because I just didn't spend Glimmer. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I just didn't spend it. So it was kind of frustrating to have that in the game. And if there was a market board, if there was no Glimmer cap, maybe I would have continued to play it a lot more than what I did, because there would have been that reward from playing, you know? Because that would have been the reward, is me being, hey, I'm getting Glimmer, I'm getting cash. Because that's what I enjoy doing, so that's good for me, you know? Now, market boards work a lot differently, obviously, on a bunch of different games. Why can I not come on a fucking range panel? For fuck's sake. Right. So yeah, like, market boards work differently in every game, right? So Final Fantasy, real money trade is obviously forbidden. It is a bannable offense. So it's really satisfying to get a lot of gil, because there's no way you can cheat it. I say there's no way you can cheat it. People do cheat it, of course. They cheat it all the time. There's loads of people who purchase gil from these real money traders or RMT, and that's a bannable offense. You're not allowed to do that. That's not allowed. I don't know many people who actually do get banned from buying them, because I don't know anybody who buys them. But most of the time I hear about them banning RMT accounts, but I don't hear about them banning player accounts. What the deal is about that sort of situation. But regardless, it's not allowed, and I feel like it's very frowned upon by the community because of this, because of it being disallowed, and that's good, because people shouldn't be buying gil, because it just fluctuates the market and fucks the market over. Like, the market in Japan is hugely different to the market in the West in Final Fantasy. Generally, because there is no RMT there. From my understanding, there is no RMT in Japan, or very little RMT in Japan. Just because it doesn't sell, it doesn't work, nothing happens, so they don't do it, right? And so since it's there on our servers, that kind of just proves that it does happen, and it's a very strange thing. Like, I know there's that whole you know, like gold farming, you know, back in World of Warcraft and stuff like that, and people used to do it all the time, right? I'm not entirely sure on the circumstances of that, because I don't play World of Warcraft, so I never bothered keeping up with any of that sort of information. it's so the market is very different from the European servers to the Japanese servers. Like things that cost 1 million, 2 million on our servers will cost like 300,000 over on the Japan servers, and that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy to me, because the amount of gil that I get from selling something that I've crafted that's like annoying to do or whatever is a lot of gil. And if I was on a Japanese server and got that little amount of gil from it, I suppose if I got that from the beginning, it would be fine, because I'd have a different aspect on what a lot of gil was. But it's on us now. I've had this experience. It would feel like little amount of gil. It would feel very tiny. You know, so that's very interesting to me. You know what, actually, if we move you here, are you in the perfect position for this? No, you're not. Well, in that case, you may as well get this one too. So, it's interesting to me, right? But then there's games like Guild Wars 2, which is a game I very much like. In fact, it's a game that I started playing again recently because of the expansion Path of Fire that's coming out. And I figured, you know, it's coming out. It's just coming out after Destiny, because MMOs seem to have a weird hard-on to come out around the exact same time as other MMOs expansions. I guess it's like they think they're trying to keep their market or something, but I don't know. I don't think it's correct. I think it's kind of stupid that they do that. I think if I owned an MMO, or if I was running an MMO, I would try and do it when no one else was doing an expansion, like, so that yours gets all the light, rather than sharing a spotlight with like Destiny 2 coming out, Guild Wars 2 expansion. But the Guild Wars expansion was announced like last week, and they're like, it's 2 months and it's coming out, and everyone's just like, whoa, holy shit, that's fucking amazing. So that's kind of exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. It's £25 for the expansion, I think, or for the base expansion, should I say, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice, actually, that they're just like, yeah, just 25 quid, then no monthly fee, which is fine, although there's not a lot of content that comes out on Guild Wars over time, so obviously MMOs function differently depending on what they do. Which, same as Destiny, is you buy it once and then you don't pay again, which is fine, because I don't think I would like the idea of doing multiple subscription-based games at once, because I'm already terrible at keeping an eye on, you know, like Netflix subscriptions and just generalized subscriptions, and fucking Final Fantasy subscription, and this subscription and that subscription, and like your phone bill and your thing. I'm so bad at like focusing and all that information that I'm just like, oh, fucking, I don't want it. If I can avoid it, I won't do another sub game at the same time, which is it's not an issue. It's like if I'm paying Final Fantasy, for example, and I'm doing another sub game, if I went to play another game that required a sub, I would try my best to do like a prepaid card and do like 3 months or something, so that way I didn't have to think about it each month, because I'm terrible with money, and I'm always panicking about money. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I'm always panicking about cash, always, and it's just the way I am. I'm like very freak out when it comes to money and in general, which is probably why I enjoy collecting so much. To be honest. But yes, we were talking about the Guild Wars market board. The Guild Wars market board is nowhere near as satisfying as the Final Fantasy market board to gain a lot of cash through, because the real money trade that fucks up the market, like I was telling you guys about in Final Fantasy, exists within Guild Wars 2, but it's legalized and ran by the Guild Wars 2 company, essentially. So for those of you guys who don't know, you can buy gems, right? And you can exchange your gems for gold. And you can do that vice versa as well. Like, you can buy gems with the in-game currency, which on one hand allows you to buy a lot of gold, or it allows you to not spend a single penny on gems to increase your bank size or your amount of infantry bags that you can put on, and I think that's great. because it allows you to play the entire game. It's going to take you ages to do it that way. It will take you literally an age, but, well, it might not take you literally an age if you're very, very good at it. It would take me an age. It would take me an absolute age and a half to do. But it's interesting to me that that exists, that they allow you to trade it for in-game currency, because now the in-game marketplace for Guild Wars 2 makes no fucking sense. Like, it's everywhere. It's all over the place. Go to the next stage. Yeah, sure, why not? We did them relatively quick, didn't we? So we can do a little bit more. Yeah, so it's like it's all over the place. I'm playing it. I'm trying to sell some materials. Holy shit! What level is he? Still much too high. Luna, I'm glad they put the exit right there, because we're going to the next stage. Oh, fuck this. Yeah, take back the iron one. So yeah, it's interesting to me, like the different markets. That's something that's always kind of appealed to me in games in general, and it's interesting that Destiny 2 doesn't have one at all. Doesn't even bother. And like Elder Scrolls Online, it does have a marketplace, but the marketplaces are separated into your guild, which is fucking completely bizarre to me. Like, because you don't want to be ripping off your guildmates, right? I mean, you're right. Now, you could argue me there and say, like, well, you shouldn't really want to rip off, like, anybody. You don't want to rip off anyone, right? And it's like, yes, but that's not entirely true. Because if there's something selling for, like, 3 million, let's say, there's something selling for 3 million on Final Fantasy, and my FC mates needs this, I'd be like, okay, well, you can have that for half price, right? Like, screw it, I don't care. You need it. You can have it for half the value. That's fine. As long as they weren't gonna like sell it, you know, whatever. If they were just gonna literally use it because they wanted to use it, then that's fine. I'm all down for that. Or if they want something crafted, I wouldn't charge them. I would probably just craft it and then give it to them, right? I wouldn't do that for a random person. I would put it on the market board and then it would sell for like 100k or whatever. Where if the market board is completely designed around your guildmates, that doesn't really promote compadre. I cannot pronounce that word. I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Compadre. I cannot pronounce it. It's terrible. You know what I'm trying to say. It doesn't pronounce teamwork, does it? It doesn't promote teamwork. Doesn't promote teamwork, and that's also something that I dislike. It's like, that's silly. You should be able to 100% have faith in your guildmates and be able to work with your guildmates 100% of the way, you know, without question. You should just be able to do that. So I don't understand really why they would do that to their game, which is just baffles me. And plus, it kind of makes making money hard because yes, I do join guilds, but I don't always. It depends on. I can't explain it. It's so awkward. I don't usually join a guild because I'm too nervous or too shy or too like spazzing out about it because I just don't want to ask. Like, the only reason I'm in my current FC is because I saw the message pop up, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna join it. And then later on, I was like, oh, maybe I should have joined it. So I'll tell you what, if I see that message again, I'll join it. And then I did see it, so because I like kind of, okay, I've got to join it now. Actually got to do it. So I said I would. So that's how I joined my current guild on Final Fantasy, or Free Company, should I say? And it's good. They're the best free company I've ever been a part of. They're very good community. So I'm super happy with it. But that's the point, right? I don't generally do that. And that in itself should prove to me that you can do that. But I don't have a guild in Guild Wars, and I don't have a guild in Elder Scrolls Online because I don't play them. I don't play them. I don't even have a guild in Destiny that I played fairly often. You know, I don't have a guild in any of them things. Destiny, I probably didn't have a guild on because there's no communication. Like, it's impossible to communicate in Destiny on PS4, and that's fucking stupid. The fact that there was no chat box is ridiculous. I believe that it was added eventually, but you couldn't see it unless you went into it or something. Someone was telling me about a chat box that had actually been added to Destiny, but you had to go into it or something rather than it merely just existing on your screen, which should always be an option. The chat box should always just immediately exist. There's no reason it shouldn't, you know? So, what you can do to improve themselves is give themselves a fucking chat box. That's for damn sure. But yeah, so I can't really remember why I was talking about this morning. I really cannot remember why I was talking about it. I think it was just because Guild Wars, the expansion, had been announced. Also, what was announced today that was after my thing was Dragon Quest Builders 2. And that shit was announced for the Switch. And it looks like it has co-op. So, I guess that's cool. I personally don't care for co-op. But, generally because I don't know anyone else. I don't know anyone else of my personal friends who would buy Dragon Quest Builders. But hopefully they go in the right direction with Dragon Quest Builders, and they make a really good game, because the first one's really fun. They just kind of fuck up in the fact that you have to move on to another area to keep building, rather than being able to build up a town as big as you want. So they kind of fucked up in that regard. But Dragon Quest 2, that's pretty cool. It was literally just announced, from what I can tell, so no idea when that's coming. If it's coming to the West at all. I'm sure it will, though. But yeah, it's coming out on Switch. And another thing that's also coming out pretty soon is Sonic Mania. Obviously, Sonic has a... Why is it so sad? Why has it got like 4 sets of eyes? 2 sets of eyes? It has 4 sets of eyes. This thing has 4 sets of eyes. Interesting. Boy Neverworlder has appeared. Holy shit, those things get wackier and wackier. What was I saying? What was I even saying? My brain has died. Oh yes, Sonic Mania is coming out soon, right? And that's super exciting because Sonic Mania looks kind of cool, despite being a version of Sonic that I don't really like, which is the 2D Sonics. Which is odd, I know. I'm fully aware of how odd of me liking Sonic, 2D Sonics, not liking them, but loving 3D Sonics, despite 3D Sonics almost always being terrible. So, I know it's weird. I know. Don't worry. Don't point it out to me. I know it's fucking weird. But yeah, it looks good. So I was going to get that. But there was a article or something. Maybe it was Kotaku. Maybe it was Kotaku. I don't actually know. To go find it. But there's an article saying that there may be a physical version? Like a physical copy of Sonic Mania for the Switch? Like someone had registered to sell them or something? Despite there not actually being one. So it seemed like bullshit to me. But it has made me hold off for a little while, because I do desperately would prefer a physical version of everything. And if there's a physical version, I would definitely get that, even if it's on the Switch and costs me an extra tenner. I would do that. But I think we will play Sonic Mania at some point. Maybe I'll get it on the Switch. Maybe I'll get it on PlayStation. I don't know. I don't really think it matters. I don't think there's any exclusivities or if there's any unique things between the two. So I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter what I buy it on. I might just buy it on the PlayStation for ease of recording. But that should be good. I'm hoping Sonic Mania is good. I'm hoping Sonic Forces is good. I always pray that Sonic, but they're always kind of broken. they're always kind of broken. I don't know why. It has to be like they get pushed out, right? Because you hear horror stories like that all the time. Oh, there's a guy left. I don't know why he ended my turn. So like, it has to be. It has to be a situation where it's just pushed out the door every time before it's finished, and that's it. Like, you know. At least that's how I feel. I hope that Sonic Forces is good. Because Sonic deserves it, man. Sonic gets so much shit. I fucking love Sonic the Hedgehog. I just want Sonic to do well. For fuck's sake. Please, Sonic. Don't fuck it again. Do the best you can, Sonic. Please. Oh, God. I'm sure it'd be great. Plus, you can make your own fairy, right? Which is, like, super fucking cool. We're gonna make our own fairy. I mean, I don't buy a Sonic game to play as not Sonic. But fuck it. we're gonna make a fairy because, you know, I don't know, I want to be a fairy. Do you guys want to be a half animal thing? I do. Like, why not? That would be cool, right? I'd love to be a fucking Makote in real life. That's why I am in Final Fantasy, by the way. I'm Makote. He's like a human, but he's got cat ears and a cat tail. Because, you know, of course he has. If you don't play Final Fantasy or don't watch my Final Fantasy series, you probably don't understand. You kind of just like, I don't get it. What are you saying? Shut up. But honestly, it'd probably be pretty fucking sweet to have a cat tail and like cat ears, or just have any animal aspect attached to you that isn't monkey. That would be fucking cool. Hell, even like actual monkeys now, like having a monkey tail, that'd be pretty sweet. Goku had one. People love Goku. People could grow to love me with a cat ears, right? Totally. I don't hear anybody cheering, but I don't know why I expect to hear anyone cheering. It's fine, alright? It's gonna be good. You shush, Dave, alright? I can hear you mocking me, and look, it'll be fine, Dave. Your name's probably... But it was worth it to fuck with all the Daves. Or one of the Daves that were watching this, maybe. You should let me know if your name's actually Dave. I do apologize. You might not actually have an issue with me. It's fine. I'm sure that Sonic is going to be great, okay? I'm going to continue to hold on to the hopes and dreams that Sonic is not a complete and utter shit show again. Like Sonic Boom was. Nobody defends Sonic Boom, right? Like, nobody defends Sonic. That thing was a shit stain, and so was Sonic 06. You kidding me? You go watch the playthrough of me playing Sonic 06 if you don't believe me that Sonic 06 was a complete disaster. Because that was awful. I still have nightmares about fucking Silver the Hedgehog and his stupid sandy balls going down the right freaking hole. Oh my god. The worst dreams in the world. I hate that level so much. It's fine though, right? It's fine. I've just got a little bit of a post-Sonic depression. It's alright. It'll leave me one day. Right. Why am I talking to you? Go, shut up. Stop talking to me. Heal me, please. Thank you. Alright, let's call it there. 41 floors. We did pretty good. I mean, I know we skipped 20. Let me know if you guys think that we should keep with this item or if we should go back to the sword. This is probably going to be more worthwhile anyway in the long run, I feel, than having the weapon. Like, she's going to have a good weapon. That's good for Shiro. But we can give this to anybody and it's going to be super effective, right? So I feel like it's definitely worth doing this. Anyway. Oh, look, it's gone. Green flashy. That's good. Anyway, let me know a name for that. Question of the week. Question of the week. Do you secretly want to be a furry? There you go. You don't have to be a full furry. Like, I'm not sure if I'm really into the full furry thing. But, like, the half furry, maybe? What is a half furry? Is a half furry, like... You know what, maybe this is a conversation for another day. Point is, animal aspects is very cool and can be very sexy. However, full animals that just stand up straight I'm not sure if I'm into it. I don't know. I'd have to try, I guess. It's getting weird. It's getting weird, regardless. No shaming. If that's what you're into, let me know in the comments below. If you're not into that, in the comments below. There is loads coming out over the next month, that games-wise, that we're going to at least check out. There's like 6 or something. There's like 6. It's crazy. And we're going to be playing a bit more of them, a bit more in detail, and some of them not in detail. I don't know. I've not figured all the kinks out yet. It's going to be crazy. I've got a lot of calculating to do. It's not my favorite. I should probably hire somebody to calculate stuff for me. I should also hire somebody to do outros for me, because I can't seem to shut up and just go. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.